Hello everyone. I know many of us want to create new habits. Habits that are aligned to our goals, habits that are aligned to our long-term vision, habits that will make us more productive, and habits that will make us much more successful. But how can we create new habits? What is the process? How does the brain work? There are many questions that go unanswered. So today's session is just to talk about how our brain works and how can we work on our brain to create new habits. The brain is a connection machine. So it means that for everything that we actually remember, any habit, any memory that we have, there's a map for that memory. And when we learn something new related to that memory, related to that experience, that map broadens a bit and creates a new connection. No two brains are alike. So all brains act and respond differently in different situations and experiences. Keeping this in mind, the best way to create strong connections where we want to change a habit is to work with somebody who can help us farm insights. So that is the first step. Our learning becomes really sustainable if it's self-directed, which means that if it's on the basis of what we understand about ourselves. The second aspect of learning is stretch. If you go back to points in time where you've really felt accomplished, it has been where you've stretched yourself a little bit and you have accomplished something. When people make deep new connections, it helps tap their energy. They feel energized about that idea. And by taking that idea, if we create a plan which has some level of stretch, which can be demonstrated, we actually take the idea to the next level. And that can happen with motivation, that can happen in a non-judgmental, safe environment, that can happen with the right questions that help us keep our focus on the vision and help us think of an exact plan, something which is strategic, something which is relevant, and something which we think we can follow. And while we are thinking about this in the encouraging environment, our new connections are being formed. Now, there is no harm in focusing on the past and the problems, but there is no end to it too. So if we focus on solutions, keeping the vision as the lighthouse and start building our plan on the basis of that vision, then from the solutions in a motivating environment with a bit of stretch and the new insights that keep on emerging, we can start on our path to build that vision. Now, when we talk about the toward motion, if you notice, both in terms of self-directed learning and insights, we're talking about tapping energy. Stretch again gives us energy because we feel good that we've stretched ourselves and we've demonstrated to our brain that we've actually done some work on the insight that emerged in our mind. Being solution focused also keeps us in a toward state. When we focus on the solution, we are able to be committed to the vision. Now, as you know, habits are not created overnight. We have to be committed to a vision. We build a plan, it's strategic, and then step by step, we move ahead on that plan. But what is important is that we have to stay in the toward state because our old wiring or the hard wiring that we can't really change tries to pull us back into the response or reaction that we have seen in the past. So we have to ensure that we stay in a toward state. Now, to do that, it's extremely important that we get the right acknowledgement. We get the right encouragement. We not only offer gratitude to ourselves, We also offer gratitude to the process. We power the process. We demonstrate a daily, weekly, monthly commitment to achieve that. Otherwise, it's easily forgettable because the results will take time, the habit will take time, and there will be some resistance in the beginning. But these are our insights. We try to be solution focused and we work with a professional, which is a coach, who understands that the right questions and the stickiness of the vision and the goal setting process will ensure that we will stay on that path. And this not only helps us achieve our vision, it also fast tracks the process. So, how does this process become fast tracked? It becomes more effective because it's also structured. It's a structured framework which takes you from step A to step B with the right questions, with your set of solutions, with your goals, and with your commitments. And the coach helps you to stick to that path, to give you a non judgmental environment, to give you a safe environment where you can ask questions, where you can leverage new models, but at the same time, where you start feeling empowered. Empowerment is the biggest reward that you get out of the coaching framework. Because it not only helps you to create that one habit where the coach handholds you, you have basically demonstrated to yourself, to your brain, that you can create new habits. And by doing that, your brain starts responding better to you. You have a renewed sense of confidence, you have a renewed sense of faith, you have a renewed sense of belief. And now, because you've already gone through that process of creating a new habit, you can apply the same science with the vision, with the strategies, with the toward state, and with a real case study of knowing that something has worked for you. You can apply that in any new area and you can feel more empowered. Thank you for joining today's session. If you have any questions, do write to me. If you have any feedback, I would love to understand what I could do better. I'm Alka Sharma and I'm a transformational life coach. Thanks again. See you soon. Bye bye.